Hi, this is Brian with OutdoorsExperience.com. Today we're going to go over how to cock a crossbow. Now I have a Excalibur Vortex crossbow with me today. Now there are three ways that you can cock a crossbow. You can cock the crossbow by hand, you can cock it with a rope cocker, or a crank cocking device. This model here will accept a crank cocking device. Today we're going to use a rope cocking device to cock it. Now one of the complaints we get from customers is inconsistency with their crossbow. Now, one of the things that can cause that is cocking the crossbow by hand. That's the first question I always ask them is, how are you cocking the crossbow? If they tell me they're cocking it by hand, that's usually an indication that's what's going on. This is a 200-pound crossbow. You can cock it by hand. Some of you are strong enough to cock this thing by hand. When you're pulling the thing up with your hands, when you get up to this cocking mechanism, you're usually pretty strained, and that can cause you to shift one way, left or right, before it goes into the cocking mechanism, and that's going to affect your downrange accuracy. But today we're going to go over the rope cocking device. So I'm going to put the crossbow on the ground, and I'm going to put my foot in the foot stirrup, and here's my rope cocking device. Now on an Excalibur crossbow, there is a groove right behind the scope area where you would want to put the center of your string. Now I'm going to bring down one hook and hook it on. And then, as you'll notice, my second hook is short. I'll show you the reason for that in just a second. Now I'm pulling the string up to attach my second hook. Now we're ready to cock the crossbow. Now the reason that I shorten my rope is so when I finish cocking the crossbow, I'll be about right here, and I'll still have a lot of strength left. Once you get up into your abdomen or get up into your chest area, you've lost all of your strength, and it's really hard to finally engage that trigger. So now I'm going to cock the crossbow, foot into the foot stirrup, cock the crossbow, and then I'm going to put it on safety. So we are now ready to load our bolt or arrow into the crossbow. Now Excalibur crossbows have a flat end or blunt end type knock on them. So if you notice, there's three different vanes on the crossbow, or on the crossbow bolt or crossbow arrow. It does not matter which one you stick down. So we're loading our bolt up, pushing it all the way back to the cocking mechanism. It's got a little arrow retention spring that's going to hold that bolt in place. Now we're ready to go hunting. Now, as I mentioned, there are three different color vanes on this crossbow bolt. Some of the manufacturers recommend a half moon knock instead of the flat end. Now, if they recommend a half moon knock, there are going to be two vanes the same color and then one vane an odd color. And the reason for that is that putting the odd color vane down into the flight rail is going to line the half moon knock up with the string. So this one here does not require that, so we're not worried about it. Now we're going to uncock this crossbow with this rope cocking device. So I'm putting my foot back into the foot stirrup, and I'm going to take my rope cocking device and I'm going to put it back on the crossbow just like it was whenever I finished cocking it. Now I'm putting my hooks on both sides, and I'm going to pull out all the slack on one side. Now I'm pulling it out to my left side because I'm left-handed, and this is my more dominant hand. I got more strength in this hand. So now I've got my hooks on, all the slack pulled out at one side, T-handle up against the hook. Now I'm going to put it on fire and squeeze the trigger and ease the string down. And that's how you uncock the crossbow. Now, there are crossbows out on the market. Some manufacturers have an anti-dry fire mechanism on their crossbow. Now, with an anti-dry fire mechanism, you cannot uncock the crossbow with this rope cocking device. They will require that a bolt or an arrow be on this flight rail, which will engage a little button or a little trigger in the flight rail that will allow you to fire the bow. So on those type crossbows, what we recommend to people is that you bring a trash bolt with you, put a field point on it, and shoot it into the ground, or you can shoot it into a target to uncock that bow. That's the safest way to uncock one with a anti-dry fire mechanism on them. So that completes this video of how to cock and uncock a crossbow. If you've got any videos or tutorials that you would like to see, please contact us at OutdoorsExperience.com. On our website we have our email address and our toll-free number. Thank you for watching.